This is BeatStars Gurus, the music marketing podcast for ambitious musicians. It's powered by BeatStars, the easiest way to sell beats, songs, albums, and keep 100% of your sales. To start selling for free today, visit BeatStars.com. Hey music makers, my name is Abe and I'm the host of the BeatStars Gurus podcast. Each week we put out podcast interviews with successful musicians, experts, and entrepreneurs that will help inspire, motivate, and give you tips to increase your sales, traffic on your BeatStars store so you can live the life that you dream of having. And this week we sit down with producer, entrepreneur, songwriter Kevin K. Beats, based in Chicago, Illinois. He breaks down how he markets his music on YouTube, Juggling School, and making beats, and also his relationship with fellow music producer and BeatStars member, Case the Producer. What's up, everybody? It's Abe with BeatStars, and this is the BeatStars Gurus podcast. And today we're joined by a young, talented musician based out of Chicago. His name is Kevin K. Beats. What's up, Kevin? How you doing?
Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, I appreciate you hitting me up for this. It's an honor to be a part of this brand new podcast. I can't wait to get into it.
Dope, man. Yeah, we're really excited to have you on. The conversations that we've been having on the podcast have been super insightful. A lot of our, our members and users and just music fans in general are gonna love to learn, about our members and love to learn what goes on in the mind of a music producer, right? And as an entrepreneur. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How old are you, and how did you get into producing?
Well, I'm 22 years old. I just graduated from Columbia College, Chicago, and I've been freelancing for over 6 years now. I have my own website. I run my own website and all that. I do all the social media, the advertisement, the customer service, all that stuff, all the stuff that comes with being a freelancer. Mm-hmm. And honestly, music has always been there for me. It's always been the thing that's been constant. I used to want to get into like computer programming. I still, have like an interest in that, but it's just not as strong as music. After a while, music was the thing that I was always doing in my free time. And when it came to the point where I needed to start deciding, what do I really want to do for the rest of my life? You know what I mean? Like, but you have to make a decision right now, or else you might start going down the wrong path. Sometimes it's hard to catch back up when you got to backtrack a little bit. But when it came down to it, it had to be music, man. Like I couldn't just not do music. If I weren't doing music right now, I'm telling you, I would not be happy. And once I came to the realization that I would be happiest doing music, then it was a done deal. I just started to do that push, had to do that hard grind, still grinding. Mm-hmm. But ever since then, it's been the best decision I've ever made, and it's one of the few things that just really come natural to me. Mm-hmm. As a creative. Mm-hmm. So I honestly do feel like this is where I've always meant to be. Or where I was always meant to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can definitely hear it in the music, man. So who were some of your early inspirations? Who are some of the people that kind of turned you on into being a creator?
Early on, it was a lot of Pharrell, a lot of Timbaland. Mm. Even still to this day, I really look up to Pharrell. I mean, who doesn't? Mm-hmm. The guy's amazing. Mm-hmm. But what really got me into, what really got me my sound today, man, I hate to sound cliche, but your man Drake, mm-hmm. That guy, he really, what's the word? I connected with it, man. Mm-hmm. And I still do. and I hope I don't really sound too cliche, because a lot of people are out there like, Drake's the man. I love Drake. I listen to Drake. He's my inspiration, all that. But like, I mean, it's the truth though. It's just the sound. It's the sound that like. I can't even explain it.
No. I mean, I feel exactly what For me, growing up, Tupac was God to us, right? He was like our second father figure. And for you said you're only 22 years old, man. So this is kind of like your prime antenna time with music. And Drake, for you, in your generation right now, is filling that role for you musically. And I totally get it, man. I totally get it. I may not connect with Drake at this point in my life, right? He might not be someone I connect with musically, but I totally understand that sort of relationship, because I think what's so different about Drake right now, and our relationship with music back then, like in the 90s with Pac, is that you guys don't just appreciate him for his catchy songs. You guys appreciate him for the production quality. You guys appreciate him just based off of him as a public entertainer, right? Rather than just strictly just music, right? Back then we didn't have social media, right? We didn't have all those those other elements of connecting within a musician. And right now, you guys connect with him on multiple levels. It's not just the music, and that's what I think. From hearing from other young musicians, having that same kind of story with him, it's I totally get it.
Yeah, and really, like you said, it's the production quality, him as an entertainer, but it's also the honesty behind the music. It's the realness that I really respect, because that's all I really go for in my music. Like, even in my hooks, you'll notice that that I really try to go for family friendly, for one, and you can actually take those hooks and apply them to my life. I'm gonna stop you right there. We're gonna get to the hooks. We're gonna talk about the hooks. Okay.
And I've got some really important questions about the hooks.
All right, no doubt.
But I think there's another topic that we totally just skipped over that you brought up, and I don't want to devalue it. And it's about being in school and getting an education and really dedicating yourself to graduating college, man. That's a huge feat. You did that, right? Congratulations. And
thanks a lot.
And so, and you're also an online entrepreneur, right? That's
right.
You've been doing. I've noticed you. I've watched you online for a while. I actually recruited you, and I went out and sought after you because I saw how talented you were, not just as a musician, as a marketer, just someone that I would love to work with, right? So, so how was it? What did you like? What was your degree first in school, and then how was it juggling school and also being an online entrepreneur, which so many kids nowadays are doing? So,
right. Well, I have a degree, a Bachelor of Arts in Audio Arts and Acoustics, and man, it was stressful. It's always going to be stressful. Like, it's trying to figure out how to do what you love and try to just get through the game of school. It's such a struggle. A lot of the times I would think that because I didn't have time to work on music, that it wasn't really for me, I guess you could say. Not that I wanted to give up, but it just kind of felt like, progression was just so slow, and like, I'm moving slow, and when you're a music producer, you gotta progress like all the time. And it came to a point where, I felt like, damn, I don't need school. Fuck this. Like, 2 years in, like, I felt like I was doing well enough to the point where if I were to stop college and just work on music, it would just be better that way. I could progress faster. I could make more money, all that stuff. But it just came to the point where I realized that I need the school. Just let me finish it. You know what I mean? And if I realized that one of them would have had to have fall back for me to succeed in either one of them. You know what I mean? I can't do both. And I realized also that like the job that I'm going for, or just, you know, as a freelancer, I would have to be working on it like 9 to 5, like, you know, like you would a career, because it is a career. And I realized that if anybody else were trying to do a 9 to 5 and be full-time student, they wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't work. So I just made that decision that I just work hard, really hard over the summers, and I work so hard that I'm good, like as far as finances goes. I just work so hard that I'm good for like most of the year, and then just focus on school for that whole school year. And then the summertime comes, I grind and make it work. You may even notice that if you've been following me for, I guess, over 2 years,
you come in waves.
Right, exactly. You come in waves. Exactly. Yeah. And man, I've been so ready to just stop that pattern, because like it's crazy, because it gets addicting. Once you start that grind, once you start that flow, like you build that snowball effect of like, you know, sales, creativity, you knocking beats out, and then like, damn, now I gotta stop. School year's coming around.
That's tough, man. That's really, really tough, especially when you're seeing success online. Like you're generating thousands and thousands of dollars selling beats.
Yeah.
And you're in school and you're juggling, and you're like, man, like you're literally, you got this weight scale, and you're just kind of like, I gotta make sure both of these are valuable to me, and I don't forget about each other, and they're both as important in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Hats off, because a lot of you know, young entrepreneurs, man, they'll stop, you know, they'll stop school. You know, they'll literally just you know, commit themselves, and, you know, you said don't stop the progression, especially when you have that creative moment in your life where you're like, wow, I see this window of opportunity. It's right here in front of me. I know I'm just as talented, or if more talented than most of the most successful guys online. If I committed myself just a little bit more, I probably won't need school. But, you know, I think I always go back and talk to my friends that do have a degree. Like, I don't even have a high school diploma, right? So for me, I always ask my friends, like, you know, what is it? Why did you go and get that degree? Like, I mean, you're not doing anything with that degree after. But I was always intrigued with their answer, and their answer was, man, it's the discipline.
Yeah.
It's the discipline. It's if you can focus and discipline yourself and become an expert about a certain topic, whatever it is you're learning in school, you can literally take that discipline and drive that took you to get you to that end point, and do that with anything else after. Now, a lot of people that start businesses really early on, they fail because they don't have the discipline, right?
Yeah, and I gotta agree with that, because I'll never say that I didn't take anything out of college, even though like there are so many times where I'm just like, fuck school. Like, I'll never say that I didn't gain anything from it, because it was like, I did gain a lot of discipline. There's a lot of things like there's a lot of small things that you take out of all the classes that you've taken that kind of help you build your character, and even helps you build up your work ethic. Because you start to realize what it takes to even keep something going, even if it is just school. Like, because you know, you hear a lot of times that school is just a game. Once you learn the game, you're good. And I feel like, man, it's that way for everything. No matter what you put your mind to, it's a game. You have to play the game, and like once you level up enough, you get that level 99 with that unlimited HP. You know what I'm saying? You can master anything. But
that was one of the things is, you know, I follow you on Twitter, right? So I always, you know, when you come back into music, you start letting off tweets, and when you're not, you kind of go you kind of go silent. But when you do let off tweets, you know, they're very positive, and you also have a very strong opinion on the importance of independent musicians going out and getting theirs, right? Going out and striving for more. Don't stay complacent, right?
Right,
Now,
exactly.
I want to know, where did you get, that positive influence for you to go back and, especially at that, so young, like where did you get that positive influence to want to say these things and want to inspire people?
Oh man. Oh boy. This is a tough one.
Yeah, because I mean, it's got to be from your upbringing, right? It's I
right.
mean, I'm assuming it's but some people are just naturally just want to be positive and inspire. Is that just something that you've always been that way? Never really focused on the negativity of the world?
I wasn't always that way, and that's why this is kind of a tough question for me, because it kind of it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was freshman year of college for sure, where a lot of people do change. But I think I just got tired of being unhappy. I got tired of focusing on negative stuff because it wasn't getting me anywhere. And once I started, putting a more positive vibe to everything that I did, things just started looking better. And it just, like I said, the stuff like that is addicting. Progress is addicting. So at least for me it is. So once I realized that it was only making things better, there's why stop?
Right.
And that's kind of that message that I send out, grind like you still broke. Why stop? You know what I mean? There's no point of stopping what's giving you progress. And a lot of that, honestly, I do have to give a shout out to Case Beats. A lot of the positivity came from him, because I was in a low point in my career, and some relationship shit, whatever, boo. But he's always been that positive guy. We were actually roommates in college.
Oh, okay.
And he was making beats and making sales, and I'm like, dang, what is going on? How come my music's not getting that recognition or whatever? And I wasn't being a hater or nothing.
Yeah.
I was just really trying to figure out, dang, what is it? And I just tried to get that positive attitude. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do that when you're already down, because it's you're at a point where it's what's the point? Nothing's gonna help, because you're already a negative person. So you're not gonna think that just thinking positively about stuff is gonna change anything. But,
yo, that's a dope story. I had no idea that you guys were actually roommates, man. And
yeah,
and I love Case, man. He's
dope.
I totally vibe off of his energy too, because we have him scheduled to talk to him soon. I think this week, or possibly this week.
Yeah.
We're also going to be talking to him on the podcast, and I'll definitely bring you up. But man, that's dope to see two guys that from the same area, just basically feed off each other, right? Feed off each other. Now I see a lot of the similarities. He has, he's always trying to put out positive energy too. And so he must have rubbed off on you big time, man.
Yeah, and we've known each other well before college, and we've always said to each other that we've got this kind of ping pong effect with each other, the motivational ping pong, whereas he'll move up, in his life, and then I look at him and I'll be like, dang, I gotta pick my shit up. So then I'll move up, and then he's in the same situation. Damn, I gotta pick my shit up. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? It's just been like that for years, for as long as I've known him, honestly.
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy that you guys have each other throughout that journey, man, because sometimes being a beat maker or producer, it gets kind of lonely. It gets kind of lonely when you're really in this electronic environment all the time. It's kind of hard sometimes to not have someone to kind of share that experience with, man. So that's dope that you guys have each other.
Yeah, man. It's a dope ass brotherhood we got going on.
So next question, and I was gonna ask you. So who are the recruits? Am I assuming is he in that? Are you guys a crew, or is that something that you guys do together, or?
Yeah, the recruits are our production team. It's just me and him.
Okay, got it. Now I know.
Yeah.
All right, now I know.
Yeah, it's just me and him.
Awesome.
So call the recruits.
Yeah, dope. Okay, yeah. So, let's get back to the music a little bit. And I know we brought this up earlier about the hooks. So who writes and records all of your hooks? Is that you on there?
Yeah, that's all me. All the hooks that I have are written by me and recorded by me, except for like a couple of sampled hooks.
Okay.
But yeah, the majority of them are all me.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. And
Thanks,
and Case does the same thing too, I believe, right?
Yeah, he does the same thing.
Yo, that's awesome. That's like a superpower to have like in your back pocket. To make your tracks stand out above everyone else's when you can actually contribute to the vision of the beat right away.
Right, exactly.
Now
it gives people to like you said, it gives them that vision, and like for me it's dope because it's an automatic feature on whoever buys the track. So I'm also just getting my name out there more as an artist too.
That's awesome, man. So do you feel like were you a songwriter first or a producer first?
Producer first, definitely.
Okay. And do you feel like having that extra superpower, being a songwriter, writing hooks and writing music, gives you an advantage when creating beats for other artists? Do you feel like it makes the process easier, creating that music?
It's a blessing and a curse, man. Honestly, there's a lot of times where I won't finish a beat simply because I can't think of a hook for it.
Got it.
And as cool as it is to be able to write hooks, it can be my downfall, because it can slow down my progress. Because I like to release every beat with a hook, and I do have to get out of the habit of that because I know that it may not happen. But,
to stop you there, I've done a little bit of research, and your top 10 selling tracks all time all have hooks.
Yeah.
All have hooks.
Right.
So, I guess emphasizing the importance of releasing the music with hooks is, for at least in your case, is very important. Actually, it's actually make it or break it. You're actually making sales with the tracks with hooks, opposed to the tracks that don't.
Exactly. And I feel like that's like my brand. You know what I mean? That's something I'm trying to be known for, like instrumentals, hooks, mixing and mastering. If one of them is missing, then I feel like I'm not really fulfilling my brand.
Yeah, man. So let's talk a little bit about kind of like the marketing side. You have a great presence on social media. I think if it's great now, I can't wait to see what you're going to do this summer when
I can't either.
What are you going to do this summer and all the music that's going to come out this summer, because if you're doing this, while you're sleeping part time, I'm super excited to see all the progression that comes out this year. But
Thanks,
so you use social media. You're very very savvy in regards to how you use your media on different platforms, and especially on YouTube. And I see how you've created a really, really dope following on YouTube, and using YouTube as a marketing kind of vessel to sell your beats.
Right.
When did you start really focusing on YouTube, and how has it really affected your whole marketing strategy for your beats?
YouTube became a big part of my platform about 2013. A lot of people who have been following me for a long time will probably remember the beat "Not Us" with Hook, and that beat I feel like was what really pushed me to continue doing the beats with the hooks on YouTube, like weekly. Once I got into that mode of just doing weekly releases with hooks, it presented itself to me as just like the key. Right. All that happened with that consistency was growth. So like I said before, man, I'm addicted to progression, bro. So it's like I saw that progression. I saw what it was getting me. It got me more Twitter followers too, and that even brought me over to Twitter. And it's just been nothing but growth since then, and trying to just maximize all that.
Yeah. Now, but in regards to like building your business, right? Using YouTube as that marketing engine for exposing your beats. You put in a lot of links in your descriptions. You're directing people back to purchase your music from within YouTube.
Right.
And you're, it seems like you're titling the content on YouTube to be very specific in regards to who it should relate to and things like that.
Yeah.
How important do you think is making sure that you have all of your kind of like ducks in order when releasing music on YouTube? Is it just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw up a beat on there, but you have to? Do you feel like following through on all the other parts is just as important as well too?
I'd say that's the most important part of putting content on YouTube. If you're trying to, make money off of it, it's very important because you want to reach the right people. You want to reach the people that are actually looking for you. A lot of times people will put tags, random tags that, they seem relevant. Like you would just put Drake, you would put instrumentals. But a lot of times, if you put tags like that, you're drawing in the wrong people. Like, let's say someone just wants to listen to Drake's Hotline Bling, and then they're not looking for beats. Or if someone's trying to look at a Drake live concert, they're not looking for beats. You know what I mean? I'm focused on targeting people who are trying to buy stuff. You know what I mean? Not just people walking by that's kind of like window shopping. Right. I guess you could say. But I'm trying to get the people that have money in their pocket trying to give it out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that also maximizes views. It just doesn't affect sales, but it maximizes views because you're just getting people that are wanting to listen to instrumentals and not just looking for the weird side of YouTube.
Yeah, I mean that's how I discovered you was on YouTube, and man, it might have been a year ago when I gave you a call. I had reached out to you and I found you on YouTube. I'm like, hey man, we got to work together, right? You may not know about BeatStars, but trust me, man. Like I really want to show you what we can do with your career.
Right, I remember that too. I remember when BeatStars was just getting out.
We've been out for a long time, but unfortunately, things are really just starting to line up right now in the universe for us, which is a blessing, which is great. And I feel like we're developing some amazing tools and changing a lot of lives at the same time, which is exactly what we set out to do. Now, you utilize BeatStars in so many different ways. You're plugged in with a lot of our products. You use our Blaze players to embed them on different sites. You use the Pro page as your primary website. Now, like if you search Kevin K Beats on Google, your BeatStars Pro page is ranked like at the top link, and so you're utilizing all of our different services, man. And I'm extremely happy that you're doing that, and you've really come on board and embraced us, and I'm took some convincing, and we finally got you, man. But I wanted to hear what your experiences are with BeatStars and selling beats on BeatStars and utilizing all of those different like social media accounts, but driving all of your customers back to all your BeatStars products, powered products, I guess, in a sense. And I just wanted to hear your experience with that.
Well, BeatStars, I've been on BeatStars since like I think 2012. Okay. And I for some reason I don't remember what it was. I just kind of fell off of it. But when I came back around to it, and I think it was 2015. It was the Pro page, honestly, that really got me into it. Because you have the mobile thing, and with SoundClick or the My Flash Store, it's hard to, get people to really focus on your website if it's, you're going to different places every time you look me up. Right. But I went to BeatStars, I set up my website, and once I did that, I've only seen an increase in business, getting more inquiries, getting, just more sales overall. And I honestly do believe it's because of the website. I'm actually able to have something concrete. I have a consistent brand now that I can, show the internet. And I feel like that's a really big like key in running a successful business, is having a consistent brand that you can show everyone. Mm-hmm. So everything, like my YouTube has, the logo, like that red logo now, the BeatStars has that, my SoundClick has that, everything's fleshed together, mm-hmm. or flushed together. But yeah, man, I've only seen an increase in sales every time, or once I got into BeatStars, and I can't get enough of it, man. And all the services that you guys offer are just crazy. I want to get more into, I think it was the sound exchange thing I haven't set up yet. I definitely want to get into that. You have the the YouTube copyright thing. Mm-hmm. That right there, it's saving me a lot, because I'm actually getting a lot of emails now about people trying to use my material for monetization, and half the time, actually more than half the time, the beats are the free tag downloads that you can't use for profit,
Right.
So it's saving me a lot of money. It's making me a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It's helping me get my brand out there. So I mean, hey, right now it's the perfect place for me as a freelance producer, honestly.
That's great, man. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful to see, guys like you, man, that really, want to take off, even if it's just like, just focusing on, making the music, right? Just and being more hands off on, the marketing side, where you really don't have to do much, especially when it's all tied in together, and you have all your customers' information and your email.
And that's another thing. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that I miss, because I'm so used to it now. Mm-hmm. It kind of just slipped my mind, like all the fact that it's automated, and you got everything you need right there, the info, the contacts, the sale, the discount, the even the charts, like the in-depth charts that you have is dope, man. I've been telling producers that are on SoundClick that they're sleeping on BeatStars, man, because it's basically what everyone wants SoundClick to be. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's like I said, it's the perfect place.
Thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you, especially someone that that have used sites like SoundClick, right, and have seen success on it now. And that's one of the reasons really why we set out to build this like digital store, right, back in 2008, was that mm-hmm. we felt that SoundClick, SoundClick is a social like network for musicians, or not really a social network. I mean, honestly, I really don't know what it is, to be honest with you. Like, it's so used in so many different ways that it really does not have a centralized purpose. And I feel like producers are doing themselves a disservice by especially because they're entrepreneurs, right? They're entrepreneurs, and that's what we always reiterate to our users, is that you guys, this is your business, right? This is all about your stuff. This is your life. You can take this as far as you want, and we don't want to tamper in all of that stuff that you're doing. We just want to make sure that you have a seamless position between customer and you. And we just that's our job, right? And our job is just to be that technology provider. And I feel like guys like you that are seeing crazy amount of success, like Case and thousands of other guys, man. It's really crazy that you have all of the control in the world with BeatStars to follow up with your customers, message your customers, talk to them, and and having you shift over your energy to our platform is just another testament that we're doing something right. We're figuring out a way to progress. Like, you're addicted to progression. So am I. Like, I thought about this many years ago, right? So I'm addicted to to seeing young entrepreneurs, especially in music, because that is our passion, make a living doing what they love doing, and that's it. That's all we care about, So
yeah, man.
Hats off to you. But
thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, let's get into one of your tracks while we're on here, man. I'm gonna play my favorite track. This is probably the one that kind of set it off on BeatStars for me. Or something, right? Or something, or something with Hook. I think you killed that one. So let's play that real quick, and then we'll come back and get some feedback and have you break it down a little bit.
Yeah. Word around the city, bigger. Lately I've been flexing, I go hard or something. Now it ain't no question, we gon' ball or something. I've been on the road, call it Kill Street. Word around the city, we go hard or something. Word around the city, we go hard or something. Now it ain't no question, we gon' ball or something. I've been on the road, call it Kill Street. Word around the city, we go.
All right, yeah, that was a little taste of or something with Hook by Kevin K Beats. You can find him on BeatStars.com/Kevin K Beats. You can find him at KevinKBeats.com. Yo, that track right there, man. That is that track gets me juiced, man. that track gets me juiced.
Yo, that's one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, tell me how you came up with that one.
Oh man, I think I was in my phase where I was just like, all right, I'm the shit, because I was starting to see that success on BeatStars. So I was just like, all right, let me show them like what I'm really about.
Okay.
But I think it was soon after that that Jumpman vibe came out.
Got it.
So that of course that helped inspire this track. But that. If you listen to the lyrics, you could even tell that I was in my I'm the shit mood.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lately I've been flexing. I go hard or something. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It was just that time of the year where it's just like, Kevin K Beats don't take no for an answer.
Right. No, yeah, man. That track definitely gets me hyped, man. And I'm sure like everyone that does write to it or listen to it, they want that vibe. Like, it's crazy because those type of tracks inspire people, to try to be better, try to better themselves as a lyricist, as a writer. And it's crazy that track came out from you in a competitive form too, because you're like, you know what? These guys on BeatStars, man, I gotta show them, I'm here, right? Like, you gotta show them I'm here. And I love that competitiveness. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Cool, man. Kevin, so, man, it was, great talking to you, man. We got into some music. We got into your life, your school, why you create tracks, why you think BeatStars is like the best thing ever.
Humble brag.
No, I'm joking. But no, man, it's great to see a young man's perspective, and just it's awesome to see what you do. Congrats on everything that you've accomplished so far. I'm sure this is not the last we're gonna hear from you and see from you. So.
Oh yeah, no, you'll hear a lot more from me now that I'm free to be a full-time freelancer.
Cool, man.
Hear some heat.
Any last words for the community?
Look, progression is a weapon, so use that. Don't ever stop grinding. Grind like you still broke, and shoot, let's make this money.
All right, y'all. KevinKBeats.com. All right, this is the BeatStars Gurus podcast. We'll check you guys out next week.